We are back. Revinyl once again. Craig, let's do this.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
I'm excited. We're going to do things a little differently tonight. I mean, we always kind of switch it up, but we are going to do something different. We're going to talk about what's in the news. And I'm just going to throw out a few topics and we'll just kind of give it some perspective, maybe a few thoughts on some of the music stuff that's in the news.
Okay.
Before we do that, and I'm also going to do what is this? 40 years ago this week, top 10 UK, top 10 US singles. We haven't done that in a long time.
Nice.
So I thought that would be fun to revisit. But before we do that, you're going to put me on the hot seat. And then if you're putting me on the hot seat, I'm putting you on the blazing hot seat with the stuff I've got for you today.
All right.
So bring it.
All right. I just got my soul back, so take it easy on me. Hey, let's go back and reiterate about our sponsor here. WTCI, local PBS station here in Chattanooga. They've decided to be gracious enough to sponsor the podcast. We, as Schizophrenic Music, and hopefully, if Shawn is available, Revinyl Podcast will be podcasting live for their Off the Track Beer Festival, Saturday, September 27th, here at the Chattanooga Choo Choo at Choo Choo Gardens from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So if you get a chance, come on out. We actually have a discount. So if you go to the show notes of our podcast, you will see a link to an Eventbrite. And if you enter in, I think for Revinyl, it's just REV. You will get $5 off your ticket price. So check it out. Ale Trail Off the Track Beer Festival. Thank you so much, WTCI PBS. We really appreciate you sponsoring. Looking forward to that festival. Okay.
Awesome.
Shawn,
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I got 10 rated and 10 options, A or B.
All right.
Okay, let's rate it. Billie Eilish.
Ooh, Billie Eilish, man. There's that one song by her that I absolutely love. That do 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 do. I don't even know the name of it.
Yep.
It is one of the best songs I've heard. At least pop radio. That's one of the best songs I've heard in years. I don't even know the name of it. She is super talented, but I don't know. I can't even name one of her songs.
Right.
But I'll go 6.
Okay, cool. What about the Meters?
Here's the sad thing. I own a couple of their albums. I don't even know the last time I listened to it.
Oh.
I know they're amazing. I'm going to just be true to myself and say 5.5 because I just don't. I bet if I listened to them, I'd give them a 9, right?
All right. Well, don't listen to those albums and sell them to me. I'll take them. All right. A little bit more divisive here. What about Tuna Fish?
Okay. Yeah, this isn't a band, right? That I don't know about. I love tuna salad. I just made tuna salad twice last week. Love it. I'm going 9.
Good for you, man. I agree. I think it's underrated.
Yes.
Also underrated. What are your thoughts on Dusty Springfield?
Oh man, I love her. That Dusty in Memphis album, is that what it's called?
Yep. That's it.
Dusty. That is a 5-star record. And one of my favorite, more recent recording artists, Shelby Lynn, reminds me a lot of Dusty Springfield. You've heard me talk about her.
Yep.
For anyone who hasn't heard of Shelby Lynn, she has an album from, I think it's around 99 or 2000 called I Am Shelby Lynn. One of the best neo soul type records that you will ever hear. But back to Dusty, I'm giving her a 9 just based on that one album. And I know her other stuff too. I love that song she did with Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah.
What have I done to deserve this? I mean, just her vocal cameo in that song. She was badass.
Badass. Total badass. What are your thoughts on Yo-Yos?
A 1. First of all, I'm just mad because I can't really do it. I mean, I can play drums, I can do all these things, but I'm just not good at it. But I never really tried it. I just did it a few times and lost interest. Kind of like yo-yo is like a Rubik's Cube to me. I just set it aside.
Oh man, polar opposite for me. Rubik's Cube baffled me for sure. But man, when you can get that yo-yo to spin, if you get a good Dunkin', you get a good color, you get some of those that like light up, and I love them. But that's all right. I know how you're gonna feel about this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. What are your thoughts on mumble rap?
Can I go lower than 0?
Yes,
I go
absolutely.
negative 10,000.
There you go.
Absolutely hate it.
Love it. What about double albums? Just in general, double albums.
In general, I like it. I
Okay.
I think of London Calling, I think of there's so many bands, especially it was such a big deal in the '70s. It was almost like a live album. Every great band had to have at least one double album, Physical Graffiti for Led Zeppelin,
Yeah,
and so on. I I always thought it was kind of you had to be a pretty good band with some commercial appeal to get to the point where you could release a double album.
absolutely.
The White Album, for instance. So yeah, I'm all in on double albums. Now I know that some of them get a little bloated and some filler, but I'll still go a 9.
Yeah, I agree. I think if it's done right, if the band can pull it off, it's a 9 or a 10, i.e., Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin. I'll even put The Wall up there, even though it is a little bloated. When it's good, it's good. And then there's bands like Smashing Pumpkins that just can't pull it off. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
totally not a Melancholy fan. Anyway, all right, we'll move on. Tie dye.
Uh, I could take it or leave it, man. I give it a 2. I don't ever wear tie dye.
You know,
I don't think it's uncool, but
I
it's just
thought the
not me.
same thing until Walter Schreifels from Quicksand started wearing those shirts live, and I'm like, now I think it's a solid 8. He makes them seem cool.
Yeah, I'll say for myself a 2. For the right person, I give it a 7.
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right, specific here, Gary Newman's Cars, the song Cars.
That's so weird. I almost included him in my this or that. I really did.
Nice.
It just didn't make the list, but maybe I'll add it back now last second. But that's hilarious. I had Gary Newman on my list. Cars. Oh man, I love that song. I'll give that song an 8. I
Yeah,
love it.
I had that 45 back in the day as a kid. All right, final one, rate it, Simon and Garfunkel.
Unbelievable harmonies, amazing songs. I Am a Rock, Scarborough Fair. My gosh, the influence that they had. I'll give them a 9.
Cool, cool. Agreed. All right. No sitting on the fence here, either or. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Shawn, the Beatles, Magical Mystery Tour, or the Kinks, something else.
Magical Mystery Tour.
Okay.
I know it's not anywhere near their greatest album, but it's got enough on there for me.
Okay. The Beatles, Magical Mystery Tour, or Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland.
Electric Ladyland.
All right. There you go. Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland, or Rolling Stones, Beggar's Banquet.
I'm sticking with Electric Ladyland.
Oh, okay. Love it. Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland, or Sly and the Family Stone, Life.
I don't know enough about that album. I know so many of his songs, but that album, so I'm going to stick with Electric Ladyland.
Okay. Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland, or Traffic, self-titled album.
Sticking with Electric Ladyland. If you just said Low Spark of High Hill Boys, I know what I would have gone a different route.
Ooh,
But yeah,
man, I'm more of a self-titled guy for me personally, but that's cool. That's cool. All right, I love it. Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland, or Jeff Beck, Beck Ola.
I'm sticking with Jimi Hendrix.
All right, here's where it gets tricky. Jimi Hendrix, Electric Ladyland, or Led Zeppelin 1.
Oh man, Led Zeppelin 1 all the way. I mean,
Yeah,
that one changed everything for me. Yep.
absolutely. All right. The next three are, I don't know how you feel about these. All right. Led Zeppelin 1 or Billy Preston's That's the Way God Planned It.
Led Zeppelin 1, hands down. It's going to be hard to beat it now, in fact. So let's see what else you got. But I love Billy Preston. His version of My Sweet Lord
On
might
Encouraging
be the
Words.
greatest cover song ever.
It's up there.
That song gives me chills every time I hear it. What do you think about his version of that
I
song?
love it. I love him in general. I really do. I
Oh,
think this album and Encouraging Words are must-owns for sure.
yeah, yeah, I agree. For anybody out there, if you haven't heard, you know, George Harrison's version of My Sweet Lord, please go listen to Billy Preston's version of it. It is he turns it into a gospel song.
Completely different
It's
arrangement.
just unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay, this is a little bit of an off the cuff little outlier here because I know how we feel about this recent discovery, but Led Zeppelin 1 or Jim Sullivan's UFO.
I got to stick with Led Zeppelin 1, but my gosh, do I love Jim Sullivan. I just that guy's amazing.
Okay,
Was
you're
amazing.
going the route I thought you would go, and I think it's not. I think it's going to carry over. But this is an epic album: Led Zeppelin 1 or the Zombies, Odyssey, and Oracle.
That is a great album, but I still got to go Led Zeppelin 1, but I do love Zombies,
There
Odyssey,
you
and
go.
Oracle.
At least you had a couple of you didn't carry one over from the very first round this
Right.
time, so that's good. I didn't totally shred your soul.
That's
But I
right.
made the theme of these options or everything was from 1967 to 1969. So I kept it all in that same pocket. So good job,
That's
good
great.
job. What you got for me?
All right. You say either, I say either. Tomato, tomato. I'll say either or this or that. All right. Okay. I've got 10 and then I've got a bonus one. Okay. Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th in terms of the
Nightmare
series.
on Elm Street all the way up.
All right. The Fix or Tears for Fears.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with the
Yeah.
Fix. I
Everybody Wants to Rule the World might be one of the greatest songs ever recorded.
mhm.
Mad World is great. Change, Head Over Heels. But I'm with you. The Fix just had more to me. There's 15 or 20 songs by them that I absolutely love.
They're so overlooked in my opinion. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Younger listeners out there, The Fix with two X's, FIXX, you'll know them when you hear them. But one of the best bands of the 80s, and maybe you could make an argument for one of the most underrated bands of the 80s.
I think
Top
so.
top 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Saw them in Athens 2 years ago and they were incredible.
Nice.
Bad Company or Free?
I'm gonna go Free. Like me some Free.
All right. Culture Club or Thompson Twins?
I like some Thompson Twins. I do. I don't have anything. I'm more fond of Culture Club now than I was back in the day. I Tumble For You is a great song. Great song. But I think Thompson Twins were just fun, and I feel like that stuff maybe has aged a little bit better.
Yeah. The ending of 16 Candles with the song If You Were Here, which is a
Yeah,
complete departure. I think that's one of the best movie song endings of all time.
totally agree. Yeah, in fact, it took me forever to recognize.
Yeah,
That's something back in the day I would have Shazammed because I would have never thought it was them.
never. I think it took me 10 years to figure out who it was. I really could because even in the credits, we were watching VHS tapes back then. I don't even know if I knew to wait for the credits at the very end to see.
Yep.
I didn't know for years. I just knew that I loved that song and I had no idea. And it didn't sound like the Thompson Twins.
Yep.
But yeah, Culture Club at the time, it almost seemed like they were gimmicky. But if you go back and listen, the song Time,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's called Time Will Give Me Time or something like that.
Yep.
That is an amazing song. And it's really a soul song.
Yeah.
No one would
Absolutely.
know if they just heard that song, they'd have no idea that that was Boy George and Culture Club.
Yep. Agreed.
MC5 or Amboy Dukes?
And Boy Dukes. I should
Yeah.
totally like MC5 just for the sheer sonic insaneness of their music, but Amboy Dukes is just awesome.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, Amboy Dukes, that's Ted Nugent's original band
Yep.
out of Detroit years and years ago. Okay. Blind Faith or Derek and the Dominoes?
Ooh, I gotta go Blind Faith just for that self-titled album alone.
What? I mean,
Just
this is your call, but
yeah,
oh my
for
gosh,
sure.
really? Okay.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right.
I love that
I
Blind
love it.
Faith album. I love it. Absolutely love that album.
I don't even know who you are anymore, Craig. Okay. White Lion or White Zombie?
Oh, White Lion. I was never a White
Yeah.
Zombie fan. I like me some White Lion. If you haven't heard Main Attraction, I tell you, that is an underrated album. It came after the pinnacle of that sound. It was definitely kind of on the way to grunge. It was definitely after their heyday. I know Big Game was excellent, but that was an underrated band.
I love them. Berlin or Bananarama? Or Bananarama?
I don't know anybody that calls it Bananarama. Uh,
Okay.
Bananarama, but I do like me some Berlin for sure. But I'm gonna go with Bananarama. I just think they're awesome.
They had so many good songs. I mean, I thought their cover of Venus was incredible.
Yep.
I loved remember I think it was the first single, at least we saw in the US, was Robert De Niro's Waiting,
Hmm.
Talking Italian. I think it was
Yeah.
just called Robert De Niro's Waiting. And then they had Cruel Summer. I think Cruel Summer was
Cruel
one of
Summer to me
the
is that to me is up there as maybe their best song. That's one of the best songs of that era, in my opinion.
I totally agree. It's on my I have a 80s playlist and Cruel Summer is on there.
Yep.
Pat Benatar or Cyndi Lauper?
Benatar
I
for
knew you would say
sure.
that. She
For
was a
sure. I
rocker.
love
And
Cindy. Cindy Lauper is just an absolute personality. She is absolutely one of a kind. She's so unusual. It epitomizes her. She is herself. I love her. But Pat Benatar was just people need to understand women can rock too, and she was full proof of it, man. She's just no holds barred.
she was OG because there really weren't many female rockers at the time. I mean, you had the Runaways and of course Joan Jett and Lita Ford split off from that. But really Pat Benatar, commercially speaking, her and Joan Jett, but Benatar had a bigger run than Joan Jett did.
She did for sure.
I mean, commercially, she definitely did. Love is a Battlefield, still one of my favorite songs of the '80s. Every time it's on the radio, I will listen to that entire song. Even the whistling at the end, I love the whole thing.
Yeah, what's the song? What was the movie? Kevin and I were talking about this because "Love Is a
Yeah,
Battlefield" I think was in it, and there's another song too that was just I can't
yeah.
remember. I can't remember the name of the movie, but anyway, she had a couple songs too that weren't like huge radio hits. Go back and listen to her first like two or three albums. Kevin will test this too. Underrated.
Yeah, what was that song, "Promises in the Dark," I think it was called,
Yep.
from one of her early records, and it starts out, it's really soft and slow, and then when it kicks in, you go if that was the first time you'd ever heard it, you go, "Holy cow,
Yep.
this is something." Heart would be the other band that I kinda put in that same category,
Oh,
just women
absolutely.
that could absolutely rock
Absolutely.
and had the
Absolutely. That's exactly who I was thinking. I mean, they're just foolproof to just great musicians. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, last one, Cinderella or Tesla?
Gotta go Tesla. Um, I gotta go Tesla. Tesla was one of my favorite bands, but I will say Night Songs followed by Long Cold Winter followed by Heartbreak Station. That's a pretty damn good trio. And that's another band too. I think both of those bands, Mechan Psychotic Supper and and they're completely different albums. Psychotic Supper from Tesla and Heartbreak Station from Cinderella are excellent, excellent albums, and it was after their heyday. Those were bands to me that had staying power. That unfortunately, just the audience wasn't there anymore.
All right, for the fans, they get 2 bonus tracks tonight. Just
Nice.
like your favorite record,
Oh, you gotta
we
love it.
love when you get those bonus tracks.
I
2
like the
bonus tracks.
hesitation too. That's total '90s. Like it breaks for about 5-10 seconds, and all of a sudden, here comes a bonus track. Love it.
That's right. A moment of silence. Okay, now let's kick in. All right, because I did have this on my list in my head, and then when you said Gary Newman earlier, this was the one I wanted to ask, was Gary Newman or Howard Jones?
I gotta go Gary Newman. I do like me some Howard Jones, but Gary Newman, man, I, it wasn't just kitschy. He did stuff with synth that was almost goth like. That was so cool. Um, And I think people still appreciate that now. If you're into that style, that era of music, new wave, post punk, he fits in that. He fits in both.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah, and his early stuff, the Tubeway Army,
Yeah.
some good stuff too. I've got one of those records,
But I
and
do think
it's
Howard
good.
Jones is honestly an underrated songwriter. He's
Oh
definitely
my
more, he
gosh.
has more mass appeal for sure.
Yeah. No one talks about him anymore, but Howard Jones in the 80s, when you're walking through a grocery store, if you stay in a grocery store long enough, you will hear a Howard Jones song, and
Yeah,
they're
for sure.
so good.
Yep.
Final one. Everyone has been waiting to know this about you, Craig, and it's time for you to make a choice. Freebird or Stairway to Heaven?
I got a Stairway to Heaven. I don't listen to it nearly enough. You know, it's sad. It's such a great album. The only album I just don't have any desire to own from Led Zeppelin is Led Zeppelin 4, and it's an absolute classic. It just got overplayed.
I agree, but it is incredible.
But
Okay.
if you give it time, if you listen to that once every 5 years, that song still has impact.
The guitar solo for me, it just kills me. Same with Freebird. The guitar solo for Freebird and Stairway to Heaven, just unreal.
Yep.
Something new we're going to try here, Craig. I have 2 iconic songs from the 80s.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 5 hints, and this is going to it's not going to be easy, so if you don't get these, it's okay, but I've
Oh, I
made it
know I'm not gonna
fun
get it.
enough at the end to where you might have a chance, okay?
All right.
First big hit I'm going to talk about. I'm going to give you five clues.
Okay.
Number 1, and you're never going to be able to guess this on the first clue on purpose. I'm going to make it vague enough, but it'll build. So really think through these and go back in your head to the other clues. Number 1, originally released in the UK as a single in 1982. That's
Okay.
clue number 1.
Okay.
Re-released worldwide as a single in 1987.
Ooh. Okay.
So it was a single in the UK in 82, worldwide, international in 87. Clue number 3, when it originally came out in 82, it was charted at number 34 on the UK charts. When it was re-released in 1987, it was number 1 hit in the US. That's clue number 3.
Okay.
Clue number 4. The original version had Ian Pace and John Lord from Deep Purple, keyboards and drums.
Yeah.
And the later version that became the number 1 hit when they re-recorded it, I should have said re-recorded a minute ago, not re-released, was John Sykes and Adrian Vandenberg on guitar.
Are we talking In the Still of the Night from Whitesnake?
It's not. You're getting warm. There's still one more.
Okay.
There's one more clue. And then I could have a fun thing after that to give you one final hint. But clue number 5 is there's a part in the song where originally he used the word in 1982, the British version, hobo. And in the re-recorded version, he changed it from hobo to drifter.
Oh, yeah. I know that. That's Here I Go Again.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Like a hobo, I was born to walk alone. He
Yeah.
changed it to like a drifter. I mean, that doesn't even sound right. Like a hobo, I was born. That must be, maybe that's a British thing. That's so weird sounding.
No.
My last fun clue, I was just gonna say 2 words, Tawny Katane.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That would have been a done deal.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it
Well,
went back all the way back to 82. That's fascinating.
yeah, it was on Saints and Sinners originally, and then
Okay.
they re-recorded it.
Sweet.
So,
Good to know.
all right. The other one, released as a single in 1985. That's clue number 1.
All right.
Clue number 2 was written by Keith Forsey and Steve Schiff. So you have no clue, and
No
that's all
help
on purpose.
whatsoever.
No help whatsoever. The band that made this a hit originally declined it. The songwriters shopped it to Brian Ferry. He declined it. They then took it to Billy Idol. He declined it. The record label thought about Corey Hart better known Sunglasses at Night.
Yeah.
They didn't take it to him. They took it back to this band, and this lead singer's wife was the one who sort of convinced him to record it.
Okay.
That's clue number 3. That's a long clue. So 1985, written by 2 guys you've never heard of.
Yeah.
And then it was rejected originally by this band, rejected by Brian Ferry, Billy Idol, Corey Hart was considered. And then this lead singer's wife said, you should record this song, even though you don't like recording other people's songs.
Okay.
All right. This is where you're going to probably get it. It went to number 1 as the first hit for this Scottish band.
Oh.
And it's okay because I have one more clue, and this should seal the deal.
Sad part is the band I'm thinking about. I don't know if they're Irish or Scottish. That's so sad. They would, if the Irish and the Scottish now officially hate me. Let me hear the last clue.
2 words, Judd Nelson.
Oh, Don't You Forget About Me?
Yep, Simple Minds. That's right.
Really? So they pitched that
Yeah.
to Corey Hart? I could see maybe Brian Ferry.
I could see Billy Idol too. I thought about it earlier, and I thought, yeah, Billy
Yeah.
Idol could have done that song. It would have been a little different, a little
Yeah.
harder maybe.
Yep.
But Simple Minds hated the idea because it wasn't their song, and they said, well, we will never, which is ironic because they now have a covers album. I think they have 2 covers albums since then, but
Yeah.
at the time they weren't going to record anything that wasn't written by them.
Oh, okay.
And then
Very cool.
Chrissy Hind apparently was the one who said, hey, Jim Kerr, maybe you ought to rethink this. Pretty cool.
That's very cool. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
All right, let's talk a couple things in music news, and then we'll wrap up today. We won't do Uncut today because I do want to end with the top 10 UK, US, and then we'll pick up Uncut next week. Is that cool?
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Okay. Couple of really interesting things in the news. Well, first of all, I don't think either one of us care, but I guess Taylor Swift's got a new album coming out, and it basically almost shut the internet down. She was on the podcast with Travis Kelce, and I know my daughter called me the other night. You know, she's out on her own now. She was online waiting to buy the CD and poster for $12, Dad. I was like, okay, great. She still loves Taylor Swift, which I love that at 23. She's still a Taylor Swift fan. I'm not a big fan. I'm kind of burned out. That album 1989 though was absolutely, I'll give her props. That the songwriting and production on that record, incredible. But other than that,
yeah, I have no beef against her. I just there needs to be a little bit more equal share to the rest of
the world.
Yeah, that's one of those things where if people, we've talked about, I've talked about this, I think, with Kevin, and I don't think we've talked about it on air. And I've talked about this with just people in public, just about music. She's the type of person that makes Spotify work, because Spotify is really built off of people that like something and will constantly go back to that thing. And that's where all those downloads it's not new people. It's people listening to it over and over and over and over again. And so that kind of creates a frenzy of an algorithm, and it gets new people, don't get me wrong, but I've tried with her. I remember when Midnights came out, I surprised Becca and downloaded it and played it on a road trip going to the beach. And she's like, I can't believe you died. I was like, I just want to surprise you. You seem to be into Swifty lately. And yeah, it was good. But even she was just like, it's hit or miss. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll move on. But I think I'm burned out. You know, it's overexposure, just like a lot of people. It's nothing to do personally with her, but it is sort of overexposure for me at this point.
I get it. For sure.
All right, a couple more things in the news. It sounds like Aerosmith will not tour anymore. Did you see that?
No, what happened there?
I guess Steven Tyler is not interested in touring anymore. The last tour, I think, was in 2023. And I'm indifferent on this because there just comes a time where I think a lot of these guys got to consider hanging it up. And I think it's really hard for a band that's so amazing like Aerosmith, especially the early stuff.
Yeah.
It's it's tough, and I can't imagine seeing them play at 78, 80 years old, some of those songs. So,
I think
it's sad though, it's like an end of an era.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where if it's different for it depends on the artist. So Aerosmith, same thing with the Stones, really, especially when you're talking about Steven Tyler and you talk about Mick Jagger. Think about how animated they are on stage. It's equally iconic as the band's sound as seeing them on stage just going crazy. You know, just and you can't do that forever. There's a big difference between, like, believe it or not, Buddy Guy still toured 2, 3 years ago. He might still be touring now. He just released a new album. It's really good. I saw him 3 or 4 years ago. He was excellent, and he's getting way. He's well beyond them. But
Yeah.
at the same token, and he was great. He was great live. I gotta feel like you don't want to go out and have people go, "Oh, that's a pity." You know,
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah, just
that
kind of
big, you don't
cringy.
want to taint your by hanging around too long.
Yeah, I mean, you think when I have a image in my mind of Aerosmith live, I think of Steven Tyler with the scarves on his mic and moving around, strutting, and
Yeah,
he's at an age now, and I think he's had a lot of problems with his knees. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to go to an Aerosmith show and see Steven Tyler sitting in a chair. It's different. Phil Collins sat in a chair through the Genesis thing, and that worked okay because that's a little different.
right.
It wasn't like Phil Collins was all over we're used to him playing drums and then coming down and singing, but he wasn't quite as dynamic as Steven Tyler. So I think it was okay to watch Phil Collins in a seated position as long as he could still belt it out. But
Yeah.
and basically what Joe Perry said was Steven Tyler is not interested in touring anymore. So I guess we've seen the last of Aerosmith live until someone offers them $100 million to do a show. Okay, we feel pretty
I
good.
mean, they at this point should have plenty of money in the till to where they don't have to worry
You
about
would,
it. And I say props to them for not overstaying their welcome because, like I said, the last thing you want to do is have a year or two, or God forbid, 5 or 10 years that taints 60, 70, however many years. I mean, think about how
yeah,
long they've been around since the early 70s.
yeah,
You don't
50
want to taint
plus
that.
years.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Last thing I'll say on that, and we'll move on to the two final pieces of news. Maybe the funniest album title ever comes from Aerosmith.
Honking on
Once you
Bobo?
know what it means. Oh, Done with Mirrors.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you've mentioned this before. Yeah.
It and I didn't even know I didn't come to that conclusion on my own. I was reading a story, an article about Aerosmith, and I I always thought they meant because that's an old saying, oh, this was sort of there were tricks involved. It was done with mirrors, right?
Yeah.
They were saying no, because of their cocaine habit, the album was done with mirrors. I mean, all these years, I just thought it was talking about some kind of gimmicky kind of funny saying, but nope, they were being real.
Totally makes sense when you think about when that came out.
Oh yeah, I mean they did a lot of stuff. Okay, last two things. One is it sounds like Hall and Oates have settled their differences. They had this legal battle
Yeah.
between Daryl and John. I don't think they're ever going to play together. I think it strained the relationship. The way I understand it, I guess John wanted to sell off part of the, I guess basically part of the music. He wanted to sell off part of it to an outside firm or
Oh,
business or investor.
yeah.
And Daryl basically, and I think the way I understand it, he found out 2 days before the transaction was going to be executed, and he was getting ready to go out on tour, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you were going to talk to me about this? You were just going to sell it?" So now that I know that part, I get it. I'm with Daryl. I mean, you can't, as a duo, in my opinion,
Yeah,
all
for
those
sure.
years. And Daryl was a front man. Let's be real here. Daryl Hall, way more known and probably, I hate to say it, I really do, but he was a much bigger part of Hall and Oates than John Oates.
He was. I actually saw it, so, the timing and this is perfect because I actually just watched a video, I don't know, 2, 3 days ago with, I didn't realize that there was so much contention between the two of them, that they were, and it
Yeah.
happens all the time. I hate seeing this. I mean, look, he was more of a vital part to Hall and Oates, to the band, than I think he gets credit for. That being
Yeah.
Oates. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, there's a reason, and it's a shame too, because I can kind of see why he would want to sell that. Because if anybody's still making a ton of money, it's definitely Daryl Hall. I mean,
Yeah.
you got Live
Yeah.
at Daryl's house. I mean, he's staying active, and I don't know if John Oates has done that, but um, he was irritated because he didn't feel like he was getting a lot of the writing credits, that he kind of
Right.
going back to the whole Sharon Osbourne and half the guitarists that they've dealt with, not to dig that
Yeah.
grave back up, but
Yeah.
but I'm totally on Daryl Hall's side of this. There's no way you don't have that conversation with them,
Right.
and make that move. That's just, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. All those years of partnership. Last two things I'll say, and I agree with you. I understand why John did it,
Right.
because John was never going to make the money long term that Daryl was going to make, and they're not getting any younger, right? They're
No.
in their early 70s, and John probably wants to start to put some of that money away, maybe for his kids, his grandkids, his the next three generations. But without Daryl Hall, that band never gets popular. They just don't. I mean, if John Oates made a lot of money because Daryl was such a great singer, and he had that look. He was perfect for MTV era,
Yeah.
and I don't think they would have been anywhere nearly as big. And I don't know anything about how much John contributed to the songwriting versus Daryl once they were inside the studio, but I see both sides of it. But yeah, I'm more on Daryl's side now that I know more about the story. Okay,
Can I
I,
tell you
I
a
do
funny
want to
story
say,
real quick before we move
yeah,
on?
yeah,
So it was Halloween, probably, I don't know. This is when I had my store, so it was probably 2004, 2005. This guy came in, and he had the best sense of humor. Um, and he and a buddy were going to go as Hall and Oates for Halloween party, and
yeah,
that's awesome. And so he shows up, and I'm just like, and he's decked out. He's like totally decked out, and he's looking for a Hall and Oates album, and he didn't tell me that, and I'm like, dude, what is going on? Like, I'm trying to guess who you are, and he goes, well, my counterpart ditched me. I'm Daryl Hall. He was going to be Oates. He ditched me, and he goes, but you know what? I'm not mad at him. That's a classic Oates move. I still remember that to this day. It's classic Oates move, man. I can't get mad at him, and
well,
I'm like, dude, you're hilarious. This one's on the house.
that
You can have the CD.
that was going to be his line all night. I love
Right.
that. Yeah, I've seen Hall and Oates twice live. Absolutely amazing. I
Amazing.
want to do in the next couple of weeks. I'd like to do an episode on Hall and Oates. I really love them. I love their early stuff. We talked about it a little bit, but maybe we'll do an episode on Hall and Oates because there's so much that they've done through the years. And now thinking and reading about this today got me thinking about them.
For
Last thing
sure.
I'll say about Hall and Oates, and we'll move on, is when I went to see them at Chastain Park in Atlanta, I don't know, 10 years ago, they did all the hits. There was one song where it was John. It was a John song,
Right.
and it was so sad because everybody got up and went to get a beer or go to the restroom or whatever.
Oh,
I felt so bad, and that happened every single night because it'd be like One on One and Man Eater, and I Can't Go for That, and then hey, John's going to do a song. There's a mass exodus for the.
poor
It's
guy.
awful, absolutely awful. Last story. Robert Plant has said I will not do Zeppelin hits on this upcoming tour for his new album, Saving Grace.
Okay.
He's going to do maybe some of the deeper cuts, but he will not do Don't Go There Thinking You're going to See Whole Lot of Love or Stairway to Heaven.
Hmm.
I
I I
I get
respect
it.
that. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's his prerogative. He has enough of a catalog anyway that I,
That
I'm okay with that.
that's what I was going to say. I think anybody that's going to see him isn't wanting Led Zeppelin anyway at this point. Like his solo,
Right.
go back and listen to his solo records, not just the early stuff. Like he's put out like Band of Joy and just
Alison
listen
Krauss.
out his stuff with
Ooh.
Alison Krauss is just absolutely amazing. He's become a different artist now, especially with the stuff with Alison Krauss. We're talking. I didn't realize he had such a low register. His voice
Oh,
is
man.
just. It's just it to me. It gave me more respect, and I've always thought he was versatile. That's what made me fall in love with him. I won't
Yeah.
divert too much, but that's what made me fall in love with him was his versatility. It was Led Zeppelin 3. It was That's the Way. First time I heard it, I literally cried because I just thought it was so beautiful. It's such a beautiful song about a friend that can't hang out with his friend anymore. And I just remember listening to that going, that this is not the band I thought they were. They're that much better. And
Yeah.
then to hear him however many years later with Alison Krauss, who is just epically one of the most overlooked artists on the planet. She is amazing, just buttery voice. It's like how is he going to pull this off? And I'm like, oh my gosh, he not only pulls it off, they
It
are
worked.
They are perfect together.
Yeah, the first time I heard that, I'm not even sure I realized it was Robert Plant. It was so amazing.
Yep.
And if anyone had, I would have loved to be in the room when that was pitched. Hey, we're thinking about Robert Plant and Alison Krauss for an album. Are you kidding me? What? Get out of here. You're fired.
Right.
It worked.
We're thinking
All
about
right.
Axl Rose and Enya. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Bjork and, Steven Tyler. I don't know. Okay. Last thing we'll do for some fun here.
Sweet.
1985.
Okay.
So, what was it, 40 years ago, this month, August, top 10 UK, top 10 US. I'm going to give you the choice. Do you want UK first or US?
I always like hearing UK first. Let's do that.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. You want me to go 10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
Let's do 10 to 1.
We're on the same page.
Nice.
All right, let's see here. Let me get my. Okay, so August 1985, UK top 10 singles. Number 10, Live is Life or Live is Life by Oates. I have never heard
They never
song,
cease to amaze us.
band. Wow, the UK, man, you gotta love them.
I
Okay,
love
number 9. Number 9,
Number 9.
Drive, Cars.
Oh, cool. Good for
Absolutely,
them. Good
yeah.
on them. Love that song.
Number 8, the song just resurfaced a couple years ago, Running Up That Hill, Kate Bush. Love it.
Yes. Guaranteed that's not going to be on the US.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
Number 7, White Wedding, Billy Idol. Love that song.
I'm surprised
man.
by that. I figured that would be more of a US thing, but that's awesome.
Yeah. Number 6, High, Madonna.
Okay.
That was a good song.
Great song.
That was back when I liked Madonna. Let's see. Number 5, I Got You, Babe. UB40 featuring who I just mentioned earlier, Chrissy Hind.
Oh, yeah, that's right. God, I forgot all
Yeah.
about that song. Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Number 4, oh, man, this song. There Must Be an Angel, Playing with My Heart, Eurythmics. I'm out. That's just not. I did not like that song.
I don't either. Yeah.
Okay, number 3. This is huge in the US too. Money for Nothing, Dire Straits.
Oh, absolutely. That's got to be on the US list. Yep.
Yeah. Number 2, We Don't Need Another Hero, Thunderdome by Tina Turner.
Yes.
From the Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome soundtrack. And then number 1, she's in here twice in the top 10, Into the Groove, Madonna. I loved that song when it came out. Yeah. I absolutely loved it. That was in Desperately Seeking Susan.
Yes.
Soundtrack.
Yes, that's right. I love, man, this is when movies were so pinnacle with music.
Yes.
You're talking about 16 Candles at the end of that. Literally that song still spinning in my head. I love that song. That's awesome. I've said this before. I don't have anything against Madonna. I don't know anything past a certain period, but this era of Madonna is undeniable. Completely worthy.
Completely worthy. Okay. Top 10 for the US. This is mind blowing to me because I thought I knew every top 10 song from the 80s. I swear I don't know this song. US number 10, August of 85. Who's Holding Donna Now by DeBarge? I know DeBarge, but I don't know that song.
Yeah, I know. Is it DeBarge or El DeBarge? Did he go by? I guess he went by DeBarge first before he went by El DeBarge.
Because I think DeBarge was the whole family, wasn't it? And then
Was
El
it
DeBarge was when he
when
went
it was
off
him
on his own.
solo?
Yeah, I think it was the whole crew. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I
That's not coming to me. Maybe if I heard it, I would know it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. Same here. Okay. Number 9, We Don't Need Another Hero, Tina Turner.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Number 8, massive US hit, Summer of '69, Bryan Adams.
Oh, yeah. That's totally a
Yeah.
US thing and not a. I get that.
Totally. That probably didn't even crack the top 40 in the
Yep.
UK. Okay. Number 7, talking about movies. So this is great that you were just mentioning that. Number 7, St. Elmo's Fire, Man in Motion, John Parr.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
that song.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. Great movie, guys. Go back and watch St.
Oh
Elmo's
my
Fire.
God.
It's so good.
Great movie. That song is just so emotional. I love like that song really does kind of get me every time. It's just I love that song
I do
so
too.
much.
Yeah. Perfect
Okay,
movie song.
perfect movie song. Okay, number 6. Oh my gosh, I loved this song back in the day. Every Time You Go Away, Paul Young.
Yes. Yeah. That stands the
Phenomenal.
test of time, guys, when that comes on 80s radio.
Absolutely. Number 5. This is probably my favorite song of Sting's solo era. If You Love Somebody, Set Them Free.
Great song.
Incredible.
Yep.
Absolutely great song. Because that was when he started to incorporate, I'm using the term loosely, but world music. That
Yeah.
sound was starting to peek through. He was no longer the Police guy. He was becoming a solo artist with a whole different vibe,
I felt like
I
that's
thought.
also when he incorporated soul in his music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
yeah, I love the he's one like Phil Collins. I've gone back in hindsight now and appreciate it far more than I did when it was really popular, and now I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I do too. Number 4, I love this artist. Don't love this song. Freeway of Love, Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Eh, I could take it or
I
leave it.
mean,
It's a fun song,
it's a fun
you
song. It's
know.
definitely better than Who's Zooming Who,
Oh
but
gosh,
it's not
that
good.
is just dreadful.
Yes.
I, I'm not gonna lie. I love number 3. I'm just gonna put it out there. People can make fun of me. Never Surrender, Corey Hart. I love that song, and we were just talking about Corey Hart. It's so
Can
funny.
I be honest? I don't know if I know that song. I'm sure I do.
Oh,
I have to know.
it was his love ballad song, and it's got this great. Really, the guitar in it is a great sounding guitar. I'm sure it's easy to play. You would probably could play it,
Yeah.
but it's a really good song. Okay, number 2, dude, I'm telling you, absolutely one of my favorite songs from the '80s. I know I say that all the time, so and it's also from a movie soundtrack,
Yeah.
Back to the Future, Power of Love, Huey Lewis and the News. I
Yes.
freaking love that song.
Man,
Um,
it just like Hall and Oates to me. By the way, Beck and I plan on having a Hall and Oates listening, like a party, Hall and Oates party. Got to come over. It's gonna be great. I want to do it. I want to do it for Huey Lewis and the News. I'm telling you, that's a band. It, you'll appreciate them as much as they were super popular back then. Might have been seen as cheesy for a while. I think they're awesome. I think he's a fantastic songwriter.
Totally, totally agree. I loved his voice. I loved the band, the way they sounded. You know what I'm gonna call them from now on? They were sneaky soul, because they were. I mean, they were kind of
Yeah,
a soul
love
review
it.
band
Yep.
that you get from the '60s, but you just didn't expect it, and you hear it and go, "Wow, these guys are really good."
Yeah.
Number 1, and this is funny, I promise you and I promise the listeners, didn't look at this list before I made my other stuff that I did earlier. No idea, but we've mentioned a couple of them just in this. But number 1 is Shout by Tears for Fears.
Oh, wow. That is interesting. I want to know when that was released in conjunction. Don't look it up now, but I'm shocked that that also wouldn't be popular in the UK. That to me, like Summer of
Yeah,
'69 seems completely just US. It's like John Mellencamp. I don't expect a lot of John Mellencamp was probably really big in the UK. I don't know, man. I feel
right.
like Tears for Fears is prime for both.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet you that that song had already come and gone,
Maybe
that
for
it was in the
UK.
UK charts,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
way before. Now you've got my curiosity. I'm looking back really fast. UK, early 1985. I would just guess because they were in on the secret since they were a UK
Yeah.
band and very prototypical. Well, in April of '85, Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Maybe it hadn't made it yet to the UK. I don't know. That's interesting. That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about. But
Yeah.
all right.
Good
This was a
stuff,
lot
man.
of fun. This is what I love. We went all over the map. If we went back and counted, we probably referenced 80 different bands or artists
Oh,
over the last 45 minutes.
yeah.
Maybe.
Whoever
Yeah.
it was that made the comment about grabbing a pen and paper, they
Yeah,
probably have writer's cramp at this point.
absolutely. And then we got another comment last week that was something about all over the place, but they meant it in a good way.
Yeah.
But they were saying, you guys just go from one end to the other, and we do. So I love that.
Yeah.
Hope everyone else loves it.
Absolutely. I'm glad you pitched this. I'm glad we freeformed it tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll have to do the free form again soon.
Very cool.
All right. Thanks, everybody.